Coming up on Mountain News this morning, there's a spike in COVID cases here in our region, causing one county to return to the red. And a new blood donation center opens in a city in our region, welcoming new donors with open doors and arms.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, 6 o'clock on this Tuesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for always waking up with us. Let's take it over to Brandon this morning. Brandon, it's just a little dreary morning here and there. So wore my rain jacket this time, but not the one I wanted though. So that's the issue. I don't know what I did with my other two rain jackets. So it's really an issue I'm having.
You're going to have to find those.
Well, one has the YMT logo on it.
That's the most important.
That's the most important one, and I don't know where it is, but we'll find it.
That's right, exactly. All right, so this morning you're right. You'll need some rain jackets or some rain gear, an umbrella. At that point, I brought mine in the building. Didn't need it, thankfully, to get in the building. I got here a little bit before Dakota. But again, we're looking at some rain across parts of the region this morning, including to the south and to the north. Now, something you'll notice, and I'm going to circle it for you real fast here on radar, is we've got some more clusters of cells trying to develop here in southern Kentucky, basically from Wayne County out through Pulaski County and into points back towards south central Kentucky. So keep an eye on those. We are keeping an eye on these right now as they move over toward Paintsville and Prestonsburg, Louisa. Those will eventually move toward Pikeville as well. So let's take a look at that camera over at Pikeville Commons there, US 119, US 23. Overcast, but no rain yet. I'd say we'll see some there in the next few minutes. 58 Clintwood, 69 in Pikeville, 66 Hazard, Jackson, Irvin, Manchester, 66 also Williamsburg, 68 a popular number 2 out in southern Kentucky, 64 Harlan and Jonesville this morning. So again, just be aware of that. Average high, forecast high the same, 90 the record set back on this day in 1988. So nowhere close to that today. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, State Representative Savannah Maddox is joining the crowded Republican race for governor in Kentucky. Well, she made the announcement yesterday. So far, there are 9 Republicans running, including Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles, and Auditor Mike Harmon. Democrat Andy Beshear is running for re-election. Kentucky now has a commission to decide how to spend millions of dollars in opioid settlement money. Attorney General Daniel Cameron introduced the members yesterday. Well, they will decide how to spend more than $480 million. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the announcement and how this might impact drug treatment and recovery centers.
Millions of dollars will soon be pouring into Kentucky, the first of several installments from drug companies.
Held opioid companies accountable for their role in exacerbating this crisis.
I hate to say that it's well-deserved because it's got a bad story, the reason why it's deserved. But at the end of the day, it's just great to see something positive coming from that.
Kevin Horn has seen this scourge firsthand at the Isaiah House Treatment and Recovery Center. In fact, the CDC reports that Kentucky had a more than 13.5% increase in overdose deaths last year at almost 2,400.
Fentanyl is obviously a huge factor in that. The fact that it's so readily available.
The commission is yet to have their first meeting, so it hasn't been decided yet how exactly a good chunk of this money will be spent, but I am told that treatment will be a key component.
We're excited and thankful for any resource that'll allow us to better serve those struggling with substance use disorder.
One thing I learned when I was at Unite is addicts always have money for drugs because they're selling drugs to get more drugs, but they never have money for treatment. So the need is real.
The commission is made up of lawmakers, cabinet members, and others who say they've seen the problem with addiction firsthand.
I spent 40 years in the trenches in the independent pharmacy, so I know really what it's like on the front lines. One day, I had 5 people arrested. One day, I had my life threatened.
They say it's not just a public health issue, it's a safety issue. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Half of the $483 million is going directly to Kentucky counties, and the commission will decide how to spend the other half. Well, the number of confirmed or probable cases of monkeypox has increased to 31 in the U.S. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that those cases are in 12 states and Washington, D.C. As those numbers grow, health officials worry there could be community spread of the disease. That means infected people could give it to others in the U.S. To battle that, testing and vaccination is ramping up. More than 120 tests have been performed and about 1,200 doses of the vaccine have been offered to people most at risk of contracting the disease. The 2-dose vaccine is the same as the one used to prevent smallpox. More than 600 cases of monkeypox have been identified in 26 countries. Well, Pike County has seen a spike in COVID-19 cases recently. The Pike County Health Department reported 101 new cases in 7 days, bringing the county's total active cases up to 141. Pike County Public Health Director Tammy Riley says this spike is in large part due to an outbreak at a nearby skilled nursing facility in Pike County, and recommends people to stay up to date on vaccines to decrease the spread of the virus as well as the severity of symptoms.
90% of those under the age of 60 in Kentucky who die from COVID-19 were unvaccinated, and over 60% 60 and older were unvaccinated. So it's our most powerful tool to guard us against disease severity and death.
Well, the CDC recommends that counties in the red wear a mask while indoors in public to stay up to date with COVID-19 vaccines and boosters, and to get a test if you have symptoms or if you know you have been exposed. The University of Kentucky is officially making masks optional campus-wide. The university's president sent the announcement out last week. Before, masks were optional everywhere except classes and student organization offices. The president says the campus will be using plexiglass. This move does not apply to UK healthcare facilities. Corbett is now home to the Kentucky Blood Center's newest location, providing an easier way for people to help save lives. We talked with officials about their hopes for the new location. The Kentucky Blood Center serves 70 hospitals. Donation centers like this help keep supply in stock.
We like to have a 3-day supply of blood on our shelves at all times. We have been at a 1-day or less supply for the better part of 2 years now.
Blood center officials say they have learned donors are comfortable going to donor centers.
That's why we decided to kind of change a little bit of our game plan and make sure that we're putting donor centers in convenient places for donors to come out.
Like Sunday Thomas, who was the very first donor at the new location.
It's exciting. I'm definitely nervous though.
But she is no stranger to donating blood. She says she donates every 56 days because a blood donation saved her life.
I've had a blood transfusion myself, and I feel like if somebody saved my life, why shouldn't I save somebody else's? I've worked in the medical field, and I've seen a lot of lives being saved by blood, and it's just so simple. Anybody can do it.
And Sunday is donating O-negative blood, considered a universal type safe to use with any patient regardless of their own blood type. Center officials say they see O-negative a lot in southern Kentucky, which is one of the reasons why they chose Corbin for their new location.
In a trauma situation at a hospital, when they don't have time to type a patient's blood, they're going to give them O-negative blood until they can get to that point.
Hoping to keep a steady flow of donations circulating throughout the region. Well, the donation center is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. After being closed for 2 years because of the pandemic, the Christian Appalachian Project has reopened its thrift store in Mount Vernon. Grateful Threads has been a staple in the community since it first opened in 2008. Well, it offers affordable clothing and household items to families in the community. And although it had to close for the pandemic, officials say donations never stopped, and volunteers kept working to support local families. Customers say the reopening was like a family reunion they were thrilled to attend.
It is so gratifying to be open, to have this day come, to be able to see everyone. Someone made the comment earlier, it's kind of like a family reunion.
One volunteer collected hundreds of prom dresses, allowing students to try them on and take a dress home for free by appointment.
Coming up on 6:09, we've been tracking waves of rain all morning, and they'll continue for a while longer. Let's take a look at the last 6 hours on the satellite and radar loop, and we'll continue to see a little bit of a split. It was coming in pretty good there for a while, then started to kind of split. Going to our north and south this morning as some drier air tries to filter into the equation. So again, just keep an eye out this morning. Hopefully things will kind of pass most folks by, but some heavy rain in the parts of the Cumberland Valley there, Harlan, Bell counties, Campbell and Claiborne counties in East Tennessee, a little bit in McCreary, coming into Wayne County again now, and then over into Southwest Virginia, and the rest of it's to the north there, riding along the Mountain Parkway I-64 corridor back over toward eventually Louisa and over toward Paintsville and Inez as well this morning. Rain and some not really cooler temperatures, but they usually go hand in hand together. 58 Clintwood, 69 though Pikeville, 66. Very popular number across the Kentucky River from Moorhead down to Hazard, through Manchester and Irvin, Jackson too, up toward Wayne and West Virginia, and then a lot of 68s down toward the Lake Cumberland and I-75 corridor. Dew points are still up there, so it still feels a little sticky out there this morning, so be careful on that. And Somerset and Monticello getting into that basically uncomfortable category, so just watch out for that. 80 today, forecast high, 60% chance of showers and storms. Now again, it doesn't mean 60% chance all day long. It means 60% of the region will see rain. Showers and storms give way to scattered chances this afternoon. And as we look ahead on the headlines, basically we are into that daily storm chances that typically comes with summertime temperatures, but they will be cooler than average the next few days before heat returns early next week. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. At 6:10, when we come back here on Mountain News this morning, lawmakers in the nation's capital feel the pressure to introduce new gun control measures. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes.